Hi, Sean here, RWM Home Loans, coming to you about June's update on the real estate market here in San Diego County. Now again, this information is all coming from San Diego County Association of Realtors. It really keeps their thumb on what's going on really in the market. I've actually been out in the field over the last 3 months also doing open houses on weekends. Super fun. If you ever want to come by, give me a call. We can sit down and look at some nice houses and drink a bottle of water and check it out. But what's great is I'm getting to talk to a lot more actually home buyers that are actually out in the market and getting a feel for what's happening on a kind of week by week, month by month basis. And the big picture is that the market actually, pricing-wise, has actually rebounded from where it was in like December, January of the year. That actually reflected about a 10% market correction downwards. And what we've seen over the last 6 months is basically steadily more pressure going upwards. And we're back to basically the same amount of purchase price and values as we were basically in May of June of 2022, which is really towards the high end of the market. Now, why is that going on? Well, the main reason is just not a whole lot of inventory. So if you take a look at what's happening both on pricing, we're back to where we were from a year ago, and then on inventory, we're again running about 2,200 to 2,500 new housing coming on the market. Now that may sound like a lot, but 3 years ago, that number was close to 400 to 5,500 new listings every month. And we had a much larger inventory setup. So between the higher interest rates and the larger amount of, less amount of inventory, that's really kind of slowed everything down. So if you're thinking about going out and buying a house right now, you may say to yourself, wow, why would I go in right now? Because the prices are back up to where they were at kind of all-time highs. Well, there's really two reasons why you'd want to get out there looking. Number one is interest rates are higher, so there's a lot less people looking. It used to be on a house that's well-priced, well-located, and in pretty good shape, you'd have 5, 10, 15, sometimes 20 offers on it, a lot of competition. Now that same property, there may only be 1, 2, or 3 offers on it, and you have a much greater chance of getting it, your offer accepted. The second issue is we're kind of seeing some signs again of the market kind of topping out here a little bit. And again, what that means is the market now has found a point where there's some resistance in the market as far as the price goes. So that's going to eventually reflect into sellers being more willing to work either on a concession or even dropping a price once you're in the negotiation. So there's really 3 different factors coming into that, or data points that are showing that. So first off, if you look at the average sales price graph, you'll see how over the last 3 months it's really topped out. We're at about 1.3 million for a single family house, and we're at about 770,000 for an attached condo or townhouse. But again, if you look at the actual numbers, they went up significantly over the last over the last about 4 or 5 months, and then the last 2 months, they've really topped out. So that's showing me that there's some market resistance at this point. Again, an opportunity to may go in and negotiate a good deal. The second thing I'd like to point to is percentage of list price. So that means if a property goes on the market, what does it actually sell from the listing price? Well, at the top of the market, in the frenzy of last year, it was selling for 107% of list price. So something that was on the market for $1 million was selling for an average of $1,070,000. It dropped all the way down to 96% in kind of the December, January low point, and then it climbed back up here to 101%. But again, the market data shows that over the last month or 60 days, all of a sudden it's plateauing. It's not going higher. The third thing that's showing that we're kind of plateauing out is inventory of homes. So again, the low point of our inventory, if we take a look of when that was March of this year, kind of right when everything ramps back up. And there was only 2,600 houses for sale. So this last month in June, we're seeing that the inventory now is at 3,600, almost 1,000 more houses, or almost a third more houses than we had in March. So those 3 factors, the plateauing of price, the percentage of original list price, and the inventory are all showing that the market now is starting to plateau out, which means basically more opportunities potentially for you buyers out there. Statistically and historically, the best time to buy, or when the market really slows down, is in the fall and early winter. So again, if you're going to be out there looking, now's the time to look so that you can get into the house that you really want, because oftentimes it'll take you 30, 60, 90, 120 days to find the actual property. So signing off for now, but good news for you out there, would-be buyers. And again, if you're a would-be seller, also a great time to buy, because there really isn't a sell. There isn't a lot of inventory. Take care for now. Sean out. See you in another month.